Good afternoon, everyone. It's Rachel here. Hopefully I've got my camera at the right height. I'm going to do one of my first videos for while I'm away. And we're going to work on the lovely tall document journals. So these are here, just old, this is a bit thinner, but they were sort of like 1929. They were just document covering sort of things. You know, they were like sort of, this is more like a manila fold. This one's huge, but I'll show you how I dealt with it. We might work on this one. Here's one of the old documents folded, and they've got a natural fold, most of them, because they that is the way they were folded. This is about, I think this will be about my size, this one here that I'm going to go by. So they can like be a little bit bigger. So this one is about the right size, but these are bigger. So this one's bigger. That one's all right though. It's a little bit wide. So what I did with them was I just folded in. Also because I wanted their edges to be stronger. So just folded them in and then glued them. Oops. I've actually got to, I probably should have creased. I should fold them in. You should fold them in a little bit just before you, you know, fold it in half. Let's see if that's going to be, just a bit more. That way you don't have to have this trouble of measuring like me. You know, you get very bodgy tutorials from me, you know that. Okay, this is the bodgy tutorial channel. Now we're going to recrease it. Doesn't matter. So just pretend I didn't crease it. Glue down. I've got a nice big piece of paper here to glue on. South Dakota. Anybody from South Dakota here? Anyone? I might use my speedy, what's it called? Quick dry, not speedy dry. My quick dry tacky glue. That way we're not messing about with glues taking a minute to hold. So really it won't be, actually it won't be that long a series. I'll tell you why. Because, unless we work in the pages, we could work in the pages a bit like the document journals. We could do that. Yes, we might do that. We might decorate one. That could be helpful to those of you who purchase them. Yes, I'll keep one and we will decorate it. So whiz your glue on. I'll just grab my little card here so I can squeeze it down a bit and make it stick. That one's a bit soft. I want a harder one. Here we go. Okay, right. So that's that, and then I need to re-crease it because I didn't think about it first. I probably should have done that. But although I wanted to see the size, so that's going to be about that. It's not perfect. And then this one is also too tall. I kind of like that messy edge, so I might make that the top. And I'm going to fold up also the bottom. Now, some of the ones I had they were really much longer. Actually, I folded them up high and I ripped off the document. I folded up the document, so I might fold it up higher. And I will fold that over. I'm not going to glue it down yet, but I will fold it over. Just a minute. I got to tell what pizza. I go off and tell Steffi what pizza I wanted because we're having pizza tonight. So anyway, I folded this up. This is not big enough to make a little pocket or anything like that. But I put a little snip in there just cut out a teeny tiny triangle where the crease is, so that way when it's folded up it doesn't crash into the crease. Okay, so that's the start of my cover. The next thing I did was I chose one of my papers, and I did actually choose, I thought these papers were so pretty to go on the cover. So I have multiple printout, not the plain ones so much, although you could put a plain one on, but I did choose one of the more decorated ones. In fact, I don't have many to print them out again. I could choose one of these. Anyway, we'll choose one of these too. And I just sort of looked at it like that and put it on there. This particular file folder doesn't have, so I just crease it there like so, and that's going to be at the front, and then at the back. So this file folder doesn't have any writing on it, so you could, if you did have a file, it is old but it doesn't have any writing on it, but you could choose to let's rip that off. You could choose, isn't that pretty, to do a little bit of stamping. Now let's have a look. We could do that. Let me see. Script stamps. Now I did get a new Makey's. Oh, here it is. What about this stamp? I love this stamp. I haven't used it yet. Mum bought them because she wanted some stamps and I bought them. And I think I'll just do it in black. Let me just test it first. I might do a little bit of, let's just try and see what it looks like. This is from Makey Stamps, M-A-K-I. They are wonderful. They're in Germany. They get stamps made, and I got it mounted just because I couldn't be bothered to add the foam to it myself. So it's just, I'm just going to stamp it here. It's upside down. Isn't that lovely? I think I'm going to stamp, but I think I'll stamp after I've glued my ladies on. And I'm wondering, do I want to, I've got the rough edge there, do I want to yes, I think I want to tear this where I've got my rough edges. So I need to put some, I'm only going to be tearing a tiny bit. Now you can do any type of, oops, it doesn't matter actually if it's crooked because that will add to the look, in my opinion. Oh, okay. See, this is one of the ones that where the printer decided to print full page, you know, like borderless. That's what I'm trying to say. There seems to be a direction in the paper too where I find it easier to tear. Interesting. So papers obviously have a grain to them, like fabrics do, like a direction. So I'm going to glue this on. Actually, the first thing I think I'll glue on the front, and then I'll glue on the back. So this is a very good glue. This is why I'm using this glue stick, but you might want to use Fabri-Tac, even though it's like paper. Just that, you know, you don't want to use a wussy glue stick. You want to use a glue stick that sticks well. Does that make sense? Because I find that the yellow Oohoo's glues don't stick so well, whereas this Giotto stick, as you know, I've told you multiple times and I'll tell you again because I'm very repetitive, it does stick down fabric as well. So I'm going to put that there, but I do tend to use my PVA for my fabric, and I will then use the tacky glue, the quick drying one, if I want it to dry faster. Does that explain it all to you? The different, I mean, yes, that's how I choose my glues, but I'm using this glue, and I put a very abundant amount. I don't know if you can see how thick that is, but if I were to go over that, scratch over that with my nail would be exploding with glue. That's how much glue there is. So fold this over. And that is how I started off my cover there. Now this one, as I said, doesn't have any writing, so we could pushy it up a bit. We establish that that oval is at the top. I don't think I want the full-blown effect of the stamp, so I'm just going to take a bit off and then put it here and stamp it. I'm just going to go for it because I am going to embellish there, and it's lovely. Yes, and I'm also going to stamp a little bit over here. Just put a little bit of glue, stamp there. I might stamp just a little bit here as well. There we go. Okay, cool. Don't worry, more is going to happen. More is going to happen here. Okay, so that's how I started, and then I just started pulling things. So I didn't have quite as much space as that. I could grab. Let me just see if I've got some actual written bits. I wanted to see if I had any real scripty bits there. I don't. Well, where's my, let me just see here. F them right. Because I do have falling apart things that I can use. Got all manner of things in here. So I wouldn't pull apart, see these little things, these things are good. I wouldn't pull apart that, that will go in something whole, and that one too. I don't know if you can see, but these rip, see, look at these. How bad, and what lovely bad condition they are. And that's great, that's an amazing book too. So, okay, so I could rip up this, or I could take a piece of this, maybe this bit here. So just doing a little bit of collage in here. Just take a tiny bit off. And actually I should keep that for big gluing, and I'll just bring my little glue paper here for little gluing, because otherwise I make my big glue pages, well they're actually pages that I will put in art journals because they're nice and big, but I did need them for this job as well for gluing, so that's going to go there, fill in that gap, and we've got that there, and if I'd like some of that there. No, oh, maybe not. No, I've got to finish my decorating. However, I do have that space down there, and that could actually have, maybe, if I can find where I put it, some Florentine paper. So this is a nice opportunity for these lovely high quality papers, and that's beautiful on there. Beautiful. Excuse me. Okay. Now I did embellish some a little bit with oh no I didn't. Then my next job is to embellish a bit with some fabrics and laces, and you'll just have to bear with me while I pull them out. I was looking for, I love this, someone sent me this, I absolutely love it. It's ticking, obviously. Grab some fabric scissors, and I'm just going to rip a piece off, and we are going to have some ticking. So I sort of did this too because I felt like it did strengthen the spine. We could have it in 3 places really. I think I like it at the top. So I need to get some glue on there. I can use my Giotto glue, or I might use, will I use PVA glue? PVA glue. In the other drawer, Rachel. It's nearly run out, this one. But I have it in my drawer lying down, so it shouldn't take too long. Maybe there's nothing left in there. You know there is. So today we'll get the cover done, and then we will proceed after that. So that's going to go there. I'm just going to put this over here so I don't get glue all over my mat. I put that one, I've decided I liked it up there, maybe up even a bit higher, there. I love them because these are all, apart from the digital, these are all hoardie bits, and you can see how that sort of decorates on that side as well. I'm using one of my favorite fabrics in bits and pieces. I'm going to put some laces here and there. Let's see. That fabric, would that one work? Maybe, but I'd need a piece. Oh, here we go. I can get a little piece where the flower is, not a plain piece. So let me just tear a strip down there. Oh, it tears nicely. And I want to use this piece. I didn't tear it very wide. I put that one up there. So it's very random. I'm going to stick that one there. And I get my glue, I put it upside down so it will glue faster. Literally, I just sat down and they just kept on coming. They just kept on inspiring me. So I made 6 covers, and then I just continued on. I did them in steps. I did the cover. So I actually went ahead and glued all of the edges that needed to be glued. And then I did this part. And then I did the inside. Then I put fabric down the center. Oh, isn't that pretty? Okay. And I think here I might have a little piece of lace of some sort. And I have a little piece right here. This is gorgeous. And I did them all different, as you probably saw. And so this one, in this case, because it's a bit hard to glue lace, isn't it? So I just sort of eyeball about where it's going to go. Get my smoosher. Very technical here. Smoosh it about. Just add glue where I feel like I need it a bit more. There. See, it's not hard. It's just having the nice things around you that you want to use, I think. So maybe gather some of your favorite things is what I would recommend. And then I want to put a little something up there. But that's nearly done, the exterior. See how quick that came together? You have to be inspired too, I feel, when you're doing things like this. You may not feel inspired and then it doesn't come to you. But when you are, that's very pretty. So what I did with that is I need to grab a needle, and I did stab myself with the needle because I actually stuck it in my basket because I didn't have my well, I don't have it now. Oh, look at that knot. It's okay, we don't need that much anyway. I'll just cut that off. So yes, if you have an old file folder, but it's plain solution, stamp it. So I'm just going to stitch in. I think I'll stitch in 2 creases here. Oh, dearie me. A bit of a headache. I don't trust the glue to hold the lace, any of the glues. I would definitely put a few stitches in to hold them in place. It's not hard, it just, you know, you have to pull out something else to use, true, but I do feel like it holds. You don't have to knot it too much because we're about to glue it down anyway. Okay. And that is going to glue up here. There. So I'm going to grab this glue. I mean, you can glue it too with your PVA glue, that will work as well. I think that's enough. So that's the exterior of the cover. And then we've got the interior of the cover. Very, very simple. So let me just close that. What I had a look at this, and now what will I use? I'm looking for that beautiful marbled paper. Oh, I've got this. Oh, I've got this lovely. This is from the inside of a book. Is that too much the same? Because I've been hoarding that too. That's actually from the inside of a book. I'd like to put that one in there. And I didn't care that it's not. So all I did was, I'm going to keep that rough edge too. Oh, just a minute. It's got paper. It's got a, does it have a paper attached to it? No, just up there. Okay, this was in the inside of a big book. So all I want to do is, it doesn't have to be right to the center, because I'm going to also glue down a thin strip of fabric. That is to strengthen the spine, because we are going to attach pages. And it's the perfect height, this paper, so this is good. So whatever hoardie paper you've got, this is a hoardie project. And we do hoard. So I think if you're going to hoard, you need to make yourself something nice with it. And that way you won't feel so much like hoarding. So a lot of you write to me very kindly that you love, you know, when your paper packs arrive and things like that, that you love them and you don't know if you can use them. Well, what I always say is make yourself something really nice with your favorite bits that you're going to keep. And then I sort of feel like that sort of helps deal with the fact that the instinct is to hoard. And I want to use a stronger glue just to make sure. It's an old paper, it's a bit grimy. I want to make sure it sticks down. Now, I keep thinking it, no, it's just the color of it. I keep thinking it's got the, you know, the plain next page. But I think it's just the cover of it. I'm using the tacky glue because it's a bit grimy, so maybe we need a glue that's going to stick really well. I'm not doing, normally I would spread it, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to go like this. I think that'll be enough. And then run the card over it, and I feel like the card will help spread the glue. So I know this is very matchy-matchy, but I like it. It's not clashy like I normally do, but it's matchy-matchy. So just glue it down and then grab the whatever you're using too. Doesn't matter if it's not perfectly. I think I prefer it to be straight at the top rather than at the bottom. Just spreading the glue, make sure it all sticks. Okay, so that's that, and then I need to glue this one down. I don't know if you can hear the elephants upstairs bashing. Right, so we'll flip that over. I will glue that down in a second. I'm just going to put this on first. Okay, and then I just get my card, and if I go like this, it should, yes, see, it oozes out to the edge. I might have to take that. Oh, that's all right. I would need to put some more glue under that bit there. Now somewhere here I did, it's very wet. I just want to wipe off some of the excess. And I can come back and do more gluing if I need to. Okay, let's put that in there. So now I need to glue this down. Looks very bodgy, but it does come together, I think, in the end. Okay, because it's file fold, you do want to make sure it sticks. That, and there is our tall file folder cover with old file folder. If you can get your hands on old file folder, it does have a nice grungy old look to it. Now what we need to do, one more thing, is add some fabric down the center. I think I might like this linen. I like these fabrics for this sort of thing. So what I need to do now is I don't want a wide strip. I only took a narrow strip. So I'm just going to crease it by hand. Grab my scissors. Let's just put a snip. You can go to the bottom or not. I'm just going to put I can't rip it. So, you know, it's linen, so it doesn't rip so well. So what I'm going to do is just fold it like this. And if I put my hand there, I find it not too hard. to cut. Okay, and then when gluing, see that's going to go down the center there, and I love that. When gluing, I just put it here, sort of, there's my crease. So sort of put it like that, and then grab my PVA glue, and I will spread this out because I don't want huge amounts of glue oozing. Sort of eyeball about the width where the fabric's going. Sometimes I do put too much glue, like beyond the fabric, but just wipe it with your wet one. Excuse me. Just spread it out, put your fabric strip down there, and you've got a nice reinforced spine. Oh, I might slip a bit of glue under there. Right, so there's the cover. Now, we'll need to gather papers next. That's the next thing. And I haven't put any pockets in there or anything, but that will be in the embellishing part because they were nude, the journals. So we'll gather papers in the next video and stitch them in. That will be the next job. And that just needs to dry, but isn't that pretty? So simple, but pretty. It almost looks like, with the bits of fabric and lace, it almost looks like a fabric sampler. You could go ahead and do other things on the back, but I think that's plenty. And also you could do a spray fixative that artists use on their paintings. It's an acrylic spray fixative if you want to protect it, especially because that's a digital with an inkjet printer. Or you could Mod Podge it, but you know that with Mod Podge it's going to become a little bit shiny. So yeah, you can protect it or not. You know, it might not going to carry it around, or if you were going to carry it around, you could put it in a bag. I don't think so, because this is a bit of a hoardie sort of journal, so we're putting our favorite papers in. We are going to make some tucks and pockets, so yes, it could be a writing little place to document about something, a little short weekend trip, or a family member like grandma, grandpa, mum, dad. I mean, I would need a bigger one for that sort of thing, but I'm just saying you can do little documenting sort of things in here. But yes, it is really about the beautiful papers and things, so it's really more a visual sort of thing. So that is the cover. That's how I created the covers. Very simple. And as I said, I will be back in the next video with the paper selection. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.